We're back with more Vampire Diaries, in a literal sense. We are reading Dracula's diaries of all of his past glories and stuff. So, God and villainy. How did they dare pray while the wine that they drank came from land soiled by the blood of innocents massacred in the name of God? How dare they laugh at me, the lord of this castle, I who nourished them and who had won them a life of affluence in troubled times? None answered. The drug that I had obtained from a local hag and poured into the goblets that had paralyzed them. Although they could still see and hear perfectly, only my cup and that of Ivan had been spared. He sprung up and demanded my reprimands. I laughed in the face of this buffoon, as he clamored with the kind of hate that I had experienced after he stole my loved one. My emotions contained for so long and so deeply exploded. I bounded across the room and flew myself into my rival like a savage beast. My hands clasped his, but his ardor and the force of his conviction began to make me lose my grip. It was thus that I sealed my demonic pact with blood. With all of my strength and of my denial of God and his children, I threw my jaws into the assault of my adversary's neck. I plunged my canines deeply into his flesh and binged on the vital liquid as the predator feeds from his prey. The unnatural intoxication overtook me as the grasp on my arms released. I couldn't bring myself to tear away from this crimson fountain from which I embedded. When the source dried up, I separated myself from his pale carcass and stood up, my face stained with scarlet trails, and turned euphoric towards my other guest, rigid and feverish. I was then overcome with visions of stakes, gallows, and decapitations. Arming myself with the sword leaning against my chair, I jumped on the table and began a dance of death, in which each of my twirls was greeted with a fountain of blood coming from the next from which my sword liberated from their thus forced something heads. Undoubtedly attacked by my shrieks of laughter, Irina entered the hall and witnessed the scene. Ooh, that would have been a really awkward scene. I attempted to explain that my infinite love for her was the source of everything. I love you so much that I'm dancing on this table and cutting off all the people's heads. Oh, your lover's on the ground, by the way. I drank all his blood. And, yeah, this is all for you, darling. And that this spectacular and unimaginable horror was the proof. She was determined not to hear me and fled up the stairs above the dungeon, and I pursued her. Of course she did. While proclaiming my love. Around every single step he said, my love, my love, my love. And I caught up to her on the something roof. In the feeble glow of the moon, she screamed into the wind all of the hatred she felt for me, and I couldn't respond to but with words of love. As I stepped forward to finally claim my prize, she threw herself into the void, into the mist that masks the cliffs encircling the castle. I sunk to the ground, divided between an incredible force that I felt growing inside me and the sadness of an unfathomable black pit into which I fell, body and soul, and which, with jealousy and hatred, I had dug myself. So she basically killed herself. April 16th, 1887 is incredible. After centuries of sadness and regeneration, hope has been reborn in me. I love how his writing actually changed a little bit. I feel the palpitations of love take possession of my heart, the phantom memory of my adored darling that I searched in vain through evil pleasures and impossible flirtations I can now see in my mind and contemplate with delight. So basically he's having fun imagining the girl who killed herself. All of these readings, expenses, assassinations, and tactics have not been in vain. There is a way to bring Irina back to me. My zealous servants scoured Europe in search of the slightest indication of the smallest rumor of the most recent scientific works. I consolidated all of this knowledge by accumulating treatises and works, and this work yields today. All these centuries I thought myself to be the first to be abandoned to evil. I thought that the world had never known a soul as black as mine, but ancient works have now taught me that in remote Egypt, centuries before Christ and his cortege of refuse, a cult venerated damned gods. Lots of words. Given to the priest by the very mouth of the god's messenger was the secret to unspeakable rights and power over the void. Supposedly a terrible incantation would have the power to bring back to earth all of the damned souls. In giving herself to death and being deprived of a burial spot, Irina damned herself and roams in the void. Her place is by my side. I must liberate her, bring her back to me, even if I release 1,000,000 damned souls into the world. The cult's black secrets will be hidden in the tomb of the great priest who awaits in non plus death. Okay, I must find the location of this tomb. May 17th, 1887. See, this is more of the date of, like, Jack the Ripper and stuff. Well, actually, 1888, but anyway. According to my subordinates, the colonial wars will have served to unearth numerous secrets in far plus off Egypt. This region is still under British control, and the treasures are brought to London in order to be studied by scholars, like the Rosetta Stone. It is perhaps there that is found the information I seek, but I do not know this world. I must move my pawns in order to prepare my arrival. In the interim, I must classify all of my precious works that, as there may be some clues in the books that I read 300 years ago. And then his thing changed again. 1898, July 21st. Black luck doesn't stop smiling on me as I struggle to inform myself. Now see, this is cursive, everybody. Oh, well, a little cursive. So if you can't read this, then haha. Inform myself on the customs of faraway England. The librarian who arrived to classify my works turned out to be English. I asked him 1,000 questions, to which he answered in precise and elaborate manner. I undertook all of the necessary preparations to welcome him in the greatest comfort to the castle, and I imagine that his stay here will be long, as I keep him prisoner here. The man seems strangely ill at ease. His pulse beats abnormally quickly, and I feel his eyes fixed on me at each instant. Perhaps people from the West are weaker and more easily influenced than those of our rough clime. Yeah, because he's Romanian. At the end of our discussion, a miracle. He spoke of his betrothed who remains in England, and I asked if he had a photograph of her. He showed me the one which he keeps with him. At the first sight of this something face, I understood that the presence of this man was a gift from the damned gods. The incredible beauty of this young girl rekindled in me the memory of my past love, and I must at all costs find her. It isn't a caprice like my other flirtations. No, I know that. So it's like, it's not like my other prostitutes I've had. No, this is her. This, I gotta find her. Henceforth, this Mina is matchless, the only one worthy to receive the possession, the energy, the soul of Irina. So he's gonna get her to put Irina's body into Mina. Basically like the first Mummy movie. I must possess her, have her in my power, guard her purity all while breaking her spirit. She will be the receptacle and forever the object of an insane love. As for this Harker, I will compensate him by giving him immortality and making him one of my children. Now nothing further can stop my great undertaking. In 1 week I depart for London. September 8th. Oh my god, this is a lot of reading. He wrote a lot. It is my last evening in the capital of the world. What wonders I have seen since my arrival in London. in Lola. This new world is so different from my own, but I cannot delay. The second phase of my great undertaking will begin. I succeeding in finding the location of the Demonicon of Willigee, the cursed text that contains the secret rite permitting me to bring my beloved back to me. The tomb is located not far from Cairo, and everything is in place there to receive me and permit me to act promptly. My subordinate has worked well. It's rare for a human at nightfall. It's rare for a human. ... At nightfall, I will find Mina in order to pay my homage. I am anxious to taste her warmth, smell the perfume of her hair, and caress her of her breath. Oh, the caress of her breath, yeah. I burn with impatience like a lover before his first thrust. Ooh. Trust? Yeah, I don't know. I am also anxious to bring this beautiful young girl back with me and to speak the forbidden words. Nothing will stop me from bringing Irina back, and if at the same time I liberate the swarm of damned, demented souls, will it not be a wonderful spectacle to see the torrent of blood that will flow around the world when these avenging spirits annihilate and something the human race, when they're set upon the human race. Oh, that was a lot of reading. Oh god, more reading. So it mentions the Demonicon of Willigee. What is this?
Damnation, Mina.
Mina!
You must be with her at this moment.
Yes!
I was not able to save Harker.
No.
But I cannot lose her.
Maybe.
I must get to her as soon as possible.
Take your time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I hear someone coming this way. It must be the butler. Quick, run.
Run.
I hear someone coming this way. It must be the butler. Quick, run.
I can't remember what to do. Yeah, I know he's coming that. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had to go out the other door. Haha, got it. Now we're gonna go see how Mina's doing. Hey, Mina, we're gonna use you for a big spell. Is that okay? Oh, it's quiet. A little too quiet.
Careful. I feel a presence.
Yeah, you said that last time.
I am in need of something.
We need the crucifix. There we go. We're armed. I love his coat, by the way. I just touched his butt. Mina, you okay? Oh. Are we interrupting something?
Back, demon, in the name of the Holy Cross. Leave this child and depart from this house. In any case, I did not count on lingering.
Oh,
We have already consumed our union.
we already had sex.
For a discussion.
I left her clothes on.
Great pleasure to see you again soon, my dear. Your body calls to be covered in roses and love.
Oh god, he's so awesome.
Sir, it will soon be a putrid, gory mass where worms will feast.
I'm just gonna fall out this window. Bye! I'm just gonna fall out this window. Bye! And the bat flew away to the moon. Oh, so yeah, I really like this game because he's very handsome and I like how he talks. So to Seward, the director of Carfax Sanatorium, my dear friend and disciple, if you are to receive the telegram, know it is because my situation is critical, and the only person in whom I hope I may confide totally is you. Since the days of my teaching in the Royal College, where I have been honored to be your predecessor, something, I devoted my life to a desperate fight against evil. My foe is so terrible and profoundly mystic that I refrain to speak about it even in the most circle. Protect my friends and brave. Join the silence. So he's asking him to join him. Pay for his mortal life. Okay. So Seward's now here. A young
She's
sword.
stable, but extremely weak. As for her teeth, they haven't started. Yes, I know.
They haven't
It is
started
only
yet.
a question of days. She is contaminated, and despite all of the transfusions that we may do, she will sooner or later become one of them.
Yeah,
Look
pretty
there.
much.
You'd think she was an angel.
I can see through walls.
What do you suggest doing? Will you wait until she mutates completely? There exists perhaps a glimmer of hope, Seward.
Yeah.
I have to pursue the demon and try to counter his plans.
Or try to kill him.
Mad idea. Do you at least know where he could be?
Egypt!
Not so mad, after all. Find
I
me
know
a
where he
map
is.
of
He's in
Europe,
Egypt.
Harker must have had one here. And then let's decide where to start my journey.
Okay. So, that's going to be the end of this video. So we met Count Dracula himself, and Mina's under his control, quotation marks. And yeah, so for the next journey of this game, we're probably going to go somewhere else to find the Demonomicon ritual thing to stop Dracula from unleashing the souls onto the world. That fun stuff. So do stay tuned for the next video. This is PuZZlePieceZ, signing off.